Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center, and welcome to the world of magic and miracles, where we are gathered once again on our ever-expanding, elevated platform of living, which spans every time zone and beyond, and was magically constructed by Robert and Simeon. I call out to everyone as family, our family. By now, you must realize the importance of your presence as the chartered members of the emerging industry of magic and miracles. And as charter members with firsthand information, we cannot help but be the bearer of good news and good times that are coming via Swisindo and so much more. Our advanced intelligence is opening our vision. It is what brought you to this broadcast. The only reason the cost is just $1 is because Robert wants everyone to be present. Thank you to so many of you who contribute many times the printed cost. Now, here is the so much more. You see that? Magic and miracles alive? But now, first, there are some truly important Swisindo updates. As promised, here is the weekly update from UN Swisindo, a clear route out of the debt slavery system that has been foisted upon us for much too long. Now, for those of you who may not know, Swisindo is the original UN. And that's why there's no president of the UN. It's Swisindo. President Sukarno began the UN in 1945 at the end of World War II. Some of you may remember that. Now, most of you know this Swisindo information and have been telling the good news to your friends and family. But for those joining us for the first time, welcome. I recommend checking out two websites. One is swisindo.news, where you will download your M1 voucher, which I love showing you, if it's here. And this is what it looks like. You'll download that, print it out, put your passport picture right there, put your thumbprint on the right lower corner, do not sign it, and hold on to it, and I'll tell you exactly what to do. When the banks are fully awake, you will go in and you will set up an account in your name. And there's more. And if you scroll down further, you'll download the DBLC, Debt Burden Relief, Debt Burden Liberation Certificate. And this is what it looks like. And this is pretty exciting too, because any debt that you incurred before 2016 is paid. You don't owe anything. Hold on to that, and we'll give you further instruction on how to approach the bank and tell them that your debts are paid. Right. And the way you know that is because the day you were born, your Social Security, not very secure, has been borrowed on many, many times. And then when you went to the bank to borrow money, what did you do? You paid it back with interest. Mm-mm. Yeah, that's another thing they foisted on us. And that's not going to be happening much longer. And Swissindo.net is there for you all to read the history of Swissindo. And it is truly amazing. And then you'll be very well informed. Because Swissindo, with M1, who was the head of Swissindo and the grandson of President Sukarno, says every man, woman, and child will have their basic needs taken care of on this planet. And this is the human obligation. Now, here's the good stuff. $6 million per person has been set aside so that every adult receives $1,200 per month for the rest of your life. And persons from, well, you could just call them students, up to the age of 17 will receive $600 a month until they are an adult. Now, M1 is very clear. He said, this is God's mission, known as a mandate to free and unite the 7.5 billion people through the payment order of 1 through 11. And I'll just go through them quickly. By now, most of you have memorized these. So, the payment of, first of all, the individual debt burden liberation. By the way, the maximum is $2 million. No, that's 2 billion rupiah. Now, Robert and I went out when we heard about this from Susan, and we purchased $200 worth of rupiah in US money. And it's supposed to go on par. So that's kind of nice, because $200 US turns into 2 million rupiah. And we have them all in our closet. I hope we can get them out soon. And then there's a corporate debt burden liberation up to the amount of $2 billion. There's a country quota because he's helping everyone, and that's 138,990,000,000,000. And a bank quota to help those guys, and that's 138,990,000,000,000. So that should get everybody up on their feet and maybe operating in a clear, conscionable way. And then to top it all off, there's the Venus Project that will affect everyone on the globe. This is the Venus Project for the construction of the universe. And Mr. Jacques Fresco is the mastermind of this magnificent project, which represents the culmination of his life's work, the integration of the best of science and technology within a comprehensive plan for a global society based on human and environmental concern will soon be ours to enjoy. I love that. And all of this collectively is known as the World Solution Gift Offer for the highest good of all. And this is something very important for us to remember. Things are not getting worse. They are getting uncovered. We must hold each other tight and continue to pull back the veil and see each other as we really are. And Robert's message of August 9th is, as our awareness grows to match our advanced intelligence, we will see past the formula that has been put in place in our immense societies. And we will simply move in such a way that we cannot be seen by those who are looking to control our lives. Where there is no agreement or opposition, there is no return signal to feed the mechanisms of control and fear that are in place in the world right now. Each person is in control of their own world, and the changes in the physical world will greatly assist in maintaining this, even under adverse conditions. We are given the opportunity to have a front row seat, taking an action if we choose, and not having to accept the media's slant. It is with pleasure that I can pass along to you actual happenings. Every Thursday night, our Ministry of Swisindo, the National and International Humanity Assistance Ministry, and we discuss. And of course, the first thing we discuss is M1's situation. Because, as most of you know by now, he's being held on non-existent charges since August 2nd. Negative forces want to abort the positive force. But this time, it will not have a foothold. There was an amazing response from all around the world, and letters kept pouring in. And the Advancement Center wrote the following. To the President of UN Swisindo, we note that action has been taken to cease the mandated process of UN Swisindo's humanitarian efforts. The Advancement Center and Robert Young have brought forth the original vision that we are all radiant beings in harmony with the overwhelming desires of each and every person. The UN Swisindo mandate of bringing a balance to the financial needs of all society is in total agreement with the policies of the Advancement Center. Our purpose is to advance humanity in all areas, including finance, human resources, energy systems, and many more. Our numerous associates throughout the world join with us in encouraging the continuation of the UN Swisindo Payment 1 through 11 programs. We trust the appropriate authorities will address and correct the present situation in our name. Yours sincerely, Barbara Whiting, Managing Director of Robert A. Young and Associates. The good news is that all has been returned to the rightful owner, and that's M1. It has a very long name, but I just say M1. The UN is no longer in control of any funds. That's pretty hard to imagine with that great big building on the East River in Manhattan. Okay. Now, at this meeting, we receive instruction on how to sign up for our account on World Bank Group. The new owner, M1, has supplanted, I think I'm going to tell you right now, the World Bank as we have known it has become an international bank that has no right to give out or access the funds anymore. And they were owned by the UN. 130 World Bank Group country members are already on Swissindo's side, including the United States. They are supporting Swissindo, the new World Bank Group system. Now, during the week, there was an urgent message to populate World Bank Group to show support to the world and the IT team who have gathered corruption information since 1915. It's pretty amazing. They are really working hard, and their information will free M1. Now, since 1961, nothing but corruption and the stealing of $70 trillion that was supposed to go to the poorest countries. Once I signed up, I followed, as we do in Facebook, I followed M1, Susan, and significant others, and then others followed me. Ultimately, this burgeoning community will be globally vast. 130 countries so far. You have heard me speak of land grabbing. When a rich country loans money to a poor country who cannot pay that loan back, the loaning country will take land and resources instead, and this has been known as land grabbing, and it's been going on for centuries. The Rothschilds financed both sides of World War II and then took land and resources as payment, for example. M1 wants everything open and transparent. When I went to his pages on World Bank Group, I was amazed to actually see the list of countries and their debts listed. And on a subsequent page, the amounts were reduced to zero. Here is the amazing part. M1 has forgiven all the guilty parties of pilfering all the funds of the World Bank since 1961. He has planned a peace treaty signing where every country involved will sign. And if they don't sign, there will be a prison sentence and $1 trillion fine for the country. Now, we have a new dear friend, Mohammed Khalid, who is living in the UK and is with us at every broadcast. Hi. He has just become our newest member of our ministry, National and International Humanitarian Assistance. He has yet to attend a Thursday night meeting, so I sent him this email. It says, last night at the Swissindo meeting, Susan told us of your amazing news. Pakistan? Debt? Land grab? You told them that the debt was cleared? Do I have that right? I would love to have this in your words, please. Looking forward to having you at the Thursday night meetings. Thank you in advance. Love and harmony, Barbara. And at 2:35 a.m., the time difference, I received, Dear, dear Barbara, big thank you for introducing me to the world of magic and miracles where there are no rules and everything is possible. First of all, thanks for inviting and then recommending that I join the team. Susan has been extremely kind and gracious with all her help to facilitate the whole process. I have been given the position of Humanitarian Relief Coordinator, which is such a humbling honor and gives me the privilege of helping my fellow human beings to live the life with their full potential. Yes, Barbara, I am in touch with my friend who is in very close touch to the new Prime Minister of Pakistan, Mr. Imran Khan. I have asked him to arrange a face-to-face meeting with him, as he is a man of integrity and principles, so I can present him the invitation to join us at UN Swissindo. My friend, who has a close associate working for the World Bank and is finding it very difficult to believe this good news about the debt being wiped off and being zero. Mr. Imran Khan will totally understand. Susan has been extremely supportive and has told me that I will have everything I need to show to the Prime Minister and convince him once the meeting date has been confirmed. Let's spread this love and light to all humanity. Thanks, kind regards, Mohammed Khalid. And then on WhatsApp, I wrote, "Thank you, Mohammed. May I request permission to share your email on the broadcast or write what you would like me to say? This is colossal news, and other countries suffering from debt burden must know about the zeros. Isn't this exciting?" And then he answered, "Yes, dear Barbara, share any part of the email or all the email as you see fit. Most definitely, we should rejoice and spread the good news, starting from your broadcast. Remember, this is the world of magic and miracles where there are no rules. Lots of love, Mohammed." Now, ever since Thursday night, I've been excited about sharing that with you today, Sunday, because that's why we're doing this. Okay. And I know that we share an amazing feeling to know that we're doing what we have always known to be true, helping others and bringing peace to the world and becoming so much more. Our advanced intelligence is opening our vision to the greatest show on earth, both on stage this coming October and off stage every day of our lives, and brought to you here today. Robert said on August 8th, "We are now past the point of acceptance of the existence of magic and miracles, and as such, we are in a position to exercise our magic in a real way. In the initial school of magic, there is one outstanding reality that makes magic possible, and that is there are no rules, there are no methods, and everything works every time. To take this into your physical reality, you must apply it to everything all the time, and this includes your assessment of other people's actions and interactions. If you are determined to live a life of magic and miracles, then you must accept that nothing is wrong, because there is a miracle for every situation and a multitude of unique outcomes that can never be repeated. This is a big step for your conscious awareness, and it is evident that will be out of tune with what you know is part of your natural operating system. Your natural operating system has been induced as part of the awareness of the human entity, and what's And once it changes, all associated parts of the physical reality will change with it. Remember, Robert just said it is possible to change the direction of life with a few words at the right time. And his words were October 13th, the greatest show on earth. What an amazing feeling has swelled in our hearts ever since Robert told us about this show, Magic and Miracles Alive. And the world will have the opportunity to see magic and miracles in the physical and on stage. Right after the broadcast last Sunday, Robert invited Adrian, our birthday celebrant, to sit at his computer, and then he suggested that I send him Tinkerbell from my blog, which I did, and by the end of the evening, we had a magnificent flyer and poster, and now there is a 20 by 40 poster ready for printing for the kiosks at the two entrances of the beautiful Marjorie Luke Theater. And here is not 20 by 40, but it's beautiful and it's big, and we love it. And now changes have been made, and the musicians are in these stars, and there's always room for more stars. Now, tickets are online, and that's exciting. And on Facebook, you could click on it and order your tickets. I've never heard of that. That's thrilling. The musicians are lined up and excited to be part of the magic, and we are all walking around with secret and not so secret smiles at the joy and anticipation of sharing the magic. And this is what the kiosk looks like in front of the Marjorie Luke Theater. You can see that. It's very big. And there are two entrances. David's mom is looking into a possible bus from Northern California for a theater weekend. At the rate we're going, I cannot imagine what I'll be able to report next week. Come, join the joy. Tell all your friends in the LA area and Santa Barbara area to attend this magical event. On August 9th, Robert wrote these words. The world of magic and miracles is in place in the physical, and it is continually changing in a random and uncontrollable manner. This maintains our being and holds us above the rules of logic in the physical plane. Nothing acts as it should, and everything works under the most illogical circumstances to produce a life that is unique and exciting in every moment. The old programs that are held in the field of the physical body are gradually being flushed from each person's system and not being replaced by anything. Freedom is inherent in each person, and it comes to the surface in a random manner to take its part in life and to deliver a sensation that cannot be described by normal means. It is like the lubricant of life, and it cannot be suppressed without a massive effect on your physical framework. Music and movement bring many of the factors of freedom to the surface, but your awareness of the continuing randomness of your spirit and your own willingness to follow your spirit will bring life to every part of your being and all the elements that support your existence. Conscious awareness of freedom as the lubricant of life will bring a new flow into your physical being and will isolate your present understanding of freedom by making it totally impossible to define and extremely easy to access. Look ahead and listen to the future as you live a life of magic and miracles in the totally random fields of the earth and its celestial partners. The dance and the music will take you away from the troubled world and hold you there forever. On Friday, David Best read his latest writing to us, and it carried me to a wonderful place. As I have the honor to read David's words to you now, I invite you to go where the words take you and stay a while in that little child of you. The river of life. There's a tension that exists in the physical world, a lower frequency, a lower vibration. You can feel it in your body. It's an energy that originates from doing. It's the complete opposite of the energy that originates from being. It's not coming from the physical objects in this dimension. It's coming from a place far, far away. This signal has been very strong, but now it is fading into the background as the wave of the true signal of being washes over all humankind. Stop for a moment and feel your body let go of all doing and melt into the world of magic and miracles. Go to that elevated platform where you know yourself as a majestic being who operates in the flow, where you and life are lying on a raft floating down the river, excitedly waiting for the next adventure, while at the same time excitedly waiting for nothing. Remove the gravitational boots of doing and feel yourself become as light as a feather, and watch as all tension leaves your body as you float down the river of life. Spend a whole day floating down this river. Stay there a while with me and see the magic that might just happen. And this next piece by David carried me even further. The playground of life. This world is a playground with all kinds of toys full of magic and miracles for you to enjoy. The choices are endless. Let your music lead the way, a completely blank canvas, a different color each day. Creating with magic the world that exists, watching miracles appear with a little mischief. You are the master, never needing to explain. You are making a difference with your power to change. Change those who are stuck in a prisoner's room. Your transmission opens the door with a sonic boom. Light will pour in through the love from your sound. A path will appear that leads you to your playground. So enjoy yourself and have lots of fun. You don't have to come in until the streetlights come on. The sliding board and the swings, the galactic beings of light revealing the world that exists in plain sight. A playground of joy, a playground of light, a playground of eternity, the playground of life. Where did you go? Sharing David's words is a joy for me. What is that child's memory you have had stored away? Perhaps as we regain our freedom of expression, we not only recognize that child we were, but we discover so much more when we listen, truly listen to the freedom calling us. Robert wrote these words this past Friday, and it is my honor to read them to you now. As you watch, you will see the sparkles fly like dust in the desert to reveal many more stars that are alive with energy that is meant for you. This is the opening of a new world that has been developed by all humanity over many thousands of years, and it now appears as if by magic out of absolutely nowhere to begin its life of reality in every part of the universe. You have stepped into the new flow, and there is a totally new perspective of life itself waiting to welcome you to the next reality of the application of magic and miracles in the physical world. The power of each and every human entity will increase enormously in a very short period of time, and the presence of advanced intelligence will be met by this power to enable the world to rise above all negativity and develop a harmony that has never been known before. All this and much more will be your companion as you step forward and open more and more channels into the unknown. The world of magic and miracles will grow out of all proportion as you introduce it to the expanses of time and space that exist in other worlds. Watch, listen, and above all, feel the presence of every entity, visible and invisible, so that you are able to present a true perspective of everything that is presently beyond the reach of many. You are a living entity that is changing continually, and this is another change, but the enormous step that you are experiencing is one that will leave no connection to the past and will take up all your activity to bring the present and the future into true alignment. Watch as the days slip by and seem to leave no mark on your history. The story of your life is changing, and it has now become a story of the future, where history is of little importance in the development of life that is conditioned to operate in a totally new environment. Open your eyes wide and see what you would normally ignore. And eventually, you will recognize what you are seeing so it can be available for everyone to recognize. There is much more in the world than is accepted as visible right now. And you will start to see beyond your present limits in the very near future. There is no need for you to change anything, but there is a need for you to observe the change so that it may be solid in physical reality. Every person will experience this change, and each one will observe something different that will add to the matrix and develop the complex reality necessary to provide simplicity in everyone's life. Relax and enjoy the calmness of the flow as it massages your body and allows you to perform perfectly in your role in the physical world. I love that. Every day I write in my journal to be read by future generations. I always address the last part to dearest Simeon. And yesterday he said, perpetual is your word for today. And in parenthesis, never ending or changing, everlasting, abiding is what you are. In your love and steadfastness. Need we say more about the love that you and Robert share? Good work. We love you both. Your loving friend, Simeon. Simeon is there for each and every one of us. He is waiting for a call from you if you choose. So sow your seeds of knowing and share and speak often of your miracles. I'll see you again on Wednesday, where Genya carries us to our own inner music, and David lights our way with his musical words of being. Share you with us and watch the magic happen. Thank you for joining me today, and we all wish you perfect life, perfect health, and a truly magical future. Thank you.